Welcome back, everybody, to Minor League Esports, and happy Mother's Day. If there's any mothers watching, thank you for what you do in raising silly little children like myself. We're back with some Foundation League action consisting of the Hive and the Ducks. My name is Grant, CFO, and over there is, what a good-looking dude that is. It's Foof. How are you doing? Are you ready for this Foundation League match?
I am thoroughly thrilled to have the Foundation League coming back to us. We have some more Week 3 divisional matchups. So we have the Ducks and the Hive coming in. Both of these teams, I'll put it plainly, have not had the start they wanted, Grant. They have won a game each. I think one team has one win, the other has 3, so they have a bit of room to improve. So this is the time to start setting it aside. We have number 3 versus number 4 in the Sky division, I believe. So there is nowhere really to go but up for these teams, and we've got a bunch of fun names in here, a lot of people that we know. I am really excited to get this series kicked off.
Yeah, you and me both. We're excited. We know some names in here. Obviously, everybody knows and loves Novanta, Hospitable as well, and Cracker for the Hive. On the other side, I didn't memorize them, but if we look in the list, I can tell you it is Bacchum, the closer, and then Dr. Barnes. Now, the closer is actually a player that I was looking out in tryouts for, and they are a pretty darn mechanically gifted player. So if we can see them kind of sit in the spotlight a little bit, I think the Ducks might be able to have an edge, but also don't sleep on Cracker because this guy, he's cracked.
Solid player. Well, I will say we know it's Foundation League, so the most important thing here for me, Grant, is can you find your teammates early, be it offensively or defensively, to get clears and find those ground passes, because there is a meta, believe it or not, to Rocket League when you go through all the levels, and I feel like at Foundation League it is either solo plays entirely or using your teammates for passing plays to get it behind and create advantages, because power plays in any term of the game in 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s are a huge advantage, but in this set, in this series, I think a power play can be the difference between winning and or losing a series.
And the biggest thing in Foundation League is, what I like to tell my players is practice your mechanics, because it's all about getting ahead mechanically of your opponents, because I can tell you how to play the game, I cannot do it for you. It is all about mechanical consistency. What is the edge that you have over the opposing team? That is what's going to decide the match. The closer's already off to a decent start for the Ducks. They can't break through the defense just yet, but I'm liking what we're seeing so far, just based off the kickoff alone.
Grant, you're better than what I tell our FL guys. See-ball, hit ball, man. It's that simple, but Hospitable trying to get it past closer. A nice 50 there. The Ducks trying to find something to pitch down there from Cracker. Turned away by Dr. Barnes sitting on the goal line. Dr. Barnes now flipping it for the Ducks. Hospitable running back on the ball side. Novanta can't read it. Cracker waiting on this backward. The ball bounces down. Dr. Barnes cuts closer off. Closer just very patient right now here, waiting in the corner of the Ducks. The Hive in the black, trying to find it off of the clear. A nice shot attempt there from Bacchum, but it's turned away. Now the Hive on the sidewall, got one up. Cracker passing it down, the ball bouncing at midfield. Hospital, soft touch there. Some antics there on the backflip, using the tires to push it instead of the front of the car. Interesting tactics here. Ball bouncing out to midfield. Hospital can't get there. Cracker flipping it back, and so we have the generic Game 1 feel each other out, back and forth, back and forth.
And it just happens in a lot of leagues, too. This Game 1 doesn't really matter all that much, because you're just trying to find out what are the patterns, what can we break through with the other team. Is there anything we can notice? Who knows? But I can tell you for one thing, Hospitable has been kind of a wild card player. Not in a bad sense, but in a really good sense. You never know what they're going to do. They pulled out pinches last week against the Aviators, and that play was actually nominated for a play of the week. And we almost saw it here with Cracker, so watch out for Hospitable, because they're going to be a little dangerous today.
Well, both of these teams want to wake up feeling dangerous. I feel like it's a very swingy series here, Grant. Whoever gets the first win will have momentum on their side, and they can look to begin coasting through the rest of the series. But right now, neither team willing to give up that big play. Bacchum, though, able to find the open net off the beautiful dish from Dr. Barnes.
It all breaks down with Novanta. Wants to chase this one down. Could have done a better job of rotating fully all the way back. Cracker couldn't make the difficult read because it was a tough situation to be in. So really look out for those full effective rotations if you're a Hive fan.
You said it. Looking for the 4 rotations, you need to rotate back post unless you have really good communication. And Cracker was technically there, not able to find it. So once that breaks down, there was the advantage of 2-on-1, and the Ducks took advantage of it. Novanta has to get it off of his side. He's got it on top of that big forward body, but needs to find some more control. Too much power, not enough finesse. Dr. Barnes trying to find the touch, and he gets him in the air. Hoosbiddle not able to find it back. Now flipping the field. He's got a lot of space, a lot of room. The soft touch, though, it's a little bit too late on the jump. It finds the spoiler, and that plays spoiler on that offensive attempt for the Hive.
It does play spoiler. They would have loved to pick that one up. Unfortunately, they have to wait for another attempt. Bachem, though, does pick this one up. Things are looking pretty well for the Ducks. Here's another shot. Bachem has been putting on the firepower, but they're going to hit post to post on this attempt. Dr. Barnes has no attempt after Cracker's save. Novanta around off the lip has Hoosbiddle as an option. Closer's quicker. Hoosbiddle up past midfield. Dr. Barnes wanted to catch. They played too patient, but had 100 boosts to work with, so definitely being quicker to the ball could work really well for the Ducks.
I think it's just going to be finding more high-quality touches and just ones that they're favorable with. It's going to be up to both of these teams to get some control. Cracker with an open net, but pushes it wide right. The opportunity arose with the Hive, could not grasp it. Now off of the backboard, a hard read for a lot of these players, but it bounces back down. Bachem can't get there. Dr. Barnes has to get there. And so now Novanta flips the field, has the near post chance, but it's turned away. Bachem throws it high. The Hive waiting, postulating, just trying to find any touch. Dr. Barnes able to get the clear for now. Cracker puts it on, and that's going to be a way in.
Look at the coin slot found by Cracker. Just a simple shot was all this one, but the placement is something else. Over the head of Barnes, through Bachem, closer couldn't turn. Just one simple shot to beat out the entire Ducks defense.
Well, just enough to tie this game back up. The Hive playing very patient right now, able to strike. Cracker trying to find some pressure off the kickoff. Hoosbiddle ball sitting back. She's playing patiently, has to find the touch here. Cracker, though, just taking it off of her hands. Good communication there from the Hive. A double commit here as Hoosbiddle throws it off, trying to find her teammate. The ball bounces here. Closer dropping it for Bachem. Bachem not wanting to press too hard. Now it's a one-on-one. Hoosbiddle, good read there. Now she's got a lot of time and a lot of space. Needs to find one more beat, but can't find it past the Ducks. Closer now with Dr. Barnes in the corner, but in comes Cracker trying to find a touch. Ball bouncing back out. The Ducks on a bit of attack here as Hoosbiddle pushes it back.
You know, what I'm seeing right now is a lot more team involvement from the Ducks. Every player has had their hands on this ball this game, but we see a bit of a struggle for Hoosbiddle and Novanta to get involved with the play. We see even there a miss from Hoosbiddle ball leaves Cracker to do all the work by themselves. It actually works out this time. If they can find an extra drop, they can. Cracker will secure the second goal for Hive.
Just enough when they need to. Bachem gets caught just a little bit too far up. Cracker collects that one, puts it near post, putting them up, like you said, 1 goal and 30 seconds left. Now the Ducks, who have been sitting almost just basically in control of this whole game, now are down with only 30 seconds left.
They only have one to make up. Hoosbiddle and Novanta, the players we've had our eyes on to get more of this ball. They find themselves in a lockup. Cracker is going to have to go for this one, cutting off Hoosbiddle. We're starting to see a lot of trust from them. And Hive, their chemistry is fading away quickly. They need to find it in these last 10 seconds, not throw it away. Here comes Bachem up to the ceiling. Hoosbiddle with a shot.
Nice clear.
It's on target. It could go in. What? Cracker secures it in 1 second, and Hive are going to finish the game.
They are going to finish the game. Good clear by Hoosbiddle. She saw the opportunity and took it. I think that might have been in, but it was a goal secure in the surest of forms. Cracker putting the exclamation mark on this one for the Hive. A hat trick for them. 3 on 4 shots, and the Hive will take game 1 just like that.
Just like that's right. Despite the efforts of Ducks, somehow they still fall underneath. They're playing well, and I expect them to take a couple games off the Hive, but Cracker's just able to do a big bulk of the work for the Hive right now, kind of putting them in the backpack a little bit. I don't mean to say that to be rude. We just haven't seen Novanta and Hoosbiddle ball step up like they did in the beginning half of this game. So I expect to see them get involved. Cracker needs to have more trust in them and not try to be doing the bulk, because they really don't need to. They've got trusty players in both Hoosbiddle and Novanta, so let them play the game. Let them do what they do. Unless the game plan is, Cracker, carry me. In which case, fine, continue it, if that's okay.
Well, Grant, sometimes it is just feeding the beast, and that's what it was. It looked like the Hive knew that Cracker had the hot hand, and they wanted to put the ball there. Had the one goal, one of the three off of an assist, and they looked for him multiple times. So, might just be a spur of the moment. It might be a planned call. Let's get Cracker involved early, and that's exactly what they did, and it worked. A big win there by 2 goals. It is up to them to find it and extend this series lead.
You know, I've got a bit of a statement, and I want your thoughts on it. It feels like the Ducks are doing a really good job, like I was saying, of that team involvement. Everybody getting their hands on the ball, but Hive just letting Cracker do all the work. Like, what are you expecting of both of these teams moving forward? Is there anything that you have thoughts-wise on that kind of thought that I've got?
The only thing you can do if you are the Ducks is continue your game, find passes, find your teammates, and maybe look for a bump or two here. Rotate well, and you will be fine. Where you look towards this Hive side, like I said, if you got a guy that you know has the hot hand, let him play. Work around him. Don't let him step on your toes, but find ways to get him involved. You don't want to cut out a guy if you know he's doing well. So it's an adjustment for the Ducks, and then the Hive are going to have to adjust off of that adjustment.
Ooh.
But a nice 50 there from Hospital, and I think that was Cracker. Both Hive players standing tall at the point of attack. Ball bouncing back. Hive getting clear. Hospital trying to run up. She's going to have a chance to get to it, but Dr. Barnes waiting for it in there in time. Now the Ducks have a clear. Cracker, the last man back, but doing enough. Standing tall. That free safety. That third man. The last bastion of defense. Hospital catches the defense sleeping, and she finds a way to put it in, and they put the Hive up by 1.
You can tell as soon as it happened, they knew that they shouldn't have turned that way. Bachem would have loved to turn back towards net to meet that better. Unfortunately, Closer turned backwards themselves, unable to get it out of there, but a great shot from Hospital to put Hive back up. They're looking to take game 2 as well if they can.
Trying to do that. The Ducks were able to get back within 1, and then the Hive broke the game open. So Hive continuing that pressure, continuing where they left off. Closer and Bachem now chancing that ball there. A good clear. Right now the Ducks have to find a way off of their own end. Hospital able to put the pressure on. She's trying to find another touch here, but the only car she'll find is that blue and white and gold dominance of Bachem. Bachem throws it back. Cracker pushing it back towards. A little bit of ping pong going just one side to the other, one side to the other. Now Hospital throwing it over to this side. She's got to find a 50 here, but can't. Bachem putting it in the corner once again. The ball bouncing out. Novanta looking for that Cracker, but he was waiting in midfield, not going to push too hard.
No, not at all. Cracker, though, has a setup. It will float across. 2 Ducks players commit. It's enough to do. Kind of similar to what we saw from the Foxes, but Novanta.
You know what? It's awkward to see when you see a truck turn sideways. You're like, the bed has a hole in it. It'll obviously get scooped up, but no, that Ford pushes the ball in with just enough of an angle to then roll over the post near side, and that puts the Hive up by 2 with just 15 seconds above halftime.
Yeah, Novanta put some punctuation on. I'm sorry, Novanta, it's because we're both casters. I've cursed you, and I didn't mean it. Just a fantastic shot. The double commit, the crossover looked cool if this was an air show, but unfortunately it's a competitive game of Rocket League that the Ducks will capitalize on the opportunity for.
Well, Closer just playing patient. Sometimes it's what you have to do in Foundation. You just have to be careful and not force too hard. Both players commit, no one gets to it, and so a great read there from the Ducks. The Ducks still have a chance here. They have 2.5 minutes. Closer was in the air. I think he got bumped. It looked like he was coming in. I was like, no way he made that read that early. Bachem trying to find it. Novanta with a nice touch there, pushing it high. Dr. Barnes has to find the good read off the wall. Hospital, though, spawning and disrupting everything. Everyone backs off. Dr. Barnes going near post. Cracker denies it once again. The Hive starting to bend, but not willing to break too much. A lot of near space. Bachem, though, doesn't have the boost to take advantage of it. The Ducks are turned away at the point of attack once again.
But Ducks are looking fierce when they come back in for the second attempt for the attack. Cracker puts this one up front off the back wall, gets it by Bachem. No one there. Novanta tried, but a pinch goes backwards with Dr. Barnes. Hospital ball to the side wall. Meets Closer. 50 shot way out to the side. Closer wanted another. Novanta was the better. Cracker, again, we put the spotlight on them. Despite how well the Hive are playing right now, cutting off their teammates is not the way to play a team game. If it works, they do have the hot hand, then sure. But as tense as it is right now, everybody's got to get involved, and I'm just waiting for the Ducks to punish that because that is a gaping hole in the Hive defense.
Well, you say that, but everyone has been involved in the Hive. 1 goal for Novanta and Hospital, and they've come off of assists from Cracker. So everyone's in tune right now in the Hive. They are humming like a well-oiled machine. They're doing enough and just playing that control. Novanta, the soft chip, just trying to drop it in, but just too much. 9-Iron not able to find the cup this time. Hospital putting it off the wall. She's trying to find a teammate, but the only car she'll find are the Ducks. Novanta using that forward, able to get up in time. Cracker running underneath of it. The soft touch has a lot of space. Bakum, though, a great save, but that's not the clear. Ball near post. Hospital can't get there. Novanta near post chance, but he's turned away by the post.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Barnes is struggling with ping, almost 900, so they're kind of taken out of the equation here. Now, Ducks, more players getting taken out of the equation. This is an unfortunate end here. If it is to end like this, Ducks being so close in game number 2, but Closer is going to do all the work just alone up front, says, yeah, that one's mine.
Well, there was the team bump there. Cracker putting in the Hospital ball, and that forces her to throw the ball out to midfield. The pull shot, calculated, but not for the right team. I mean, the risk was calculated, but man, I don't think that was the right math. So you got to be careful here as the ball now ties up. Ducks find a way back in. Hive have to find that offense in the late side once again.
Yeah, and it's exactly what I was talking about. You know, Cracker doing the cutoff of the rotations, the double commits, while it hasn't come back to bite them. That's exactly what the Ducks need to do, is bite them. Don't Ducks have, like, really sharp teeth, or am I thinking of geese? Who has any idea? I don't. I'm not an animalologist, we'll say, just because we want to be funny. And now we're in overtime. This isn't anything to be having fun about, because this is where it gets tense for both of these teams. Hive are sitting 1-0 in the series. They almost had it closed out, but they just got caught out on a big mistake. Ducks are doing well at punishing, and if they can do it again, they'll absolutely have this game too.
What do you mean we can't have fun with this, Grant? It's overtime. Let your hair down, man. Do what you did to get here. Both of these teams have tied it up. Novanta and the Hive have to find a way in. Now the ball rolling on this backboard, a dangerous place to be. But Dr. Barnes, he has the internet. He can see, he can fight, he can clear it. As now the ball is up, Cracker gets the shot, but not enough. Closer closing in time and denying that one. The ball is up. Cracker off the ceiling, but can't find it. Hospital, though, a really good flash and substance play. Novanta can't find it. All 3 players from the Hive caught up right now. A great offense, but it's turned away by good defense and a little bit of a mistouch.
I've just received intel that Ducks indeed do not have teeth. So we might not see some biting going on here. Thank you, Sleegy. This one's off the backboard, though, down to Dr. Barnes. Cracker all the way from downtown. Would love to send this one out. Beats someone out, but not the closer. Wait, no, they have technically. Misses all on the defensive line.
Nope.
Dr. Barnes clutches it out. I thought that was going to be the place where the Ducks' hopes ended, but this ball stays alive, and we stay in overtime for game 2.
We stay in OT. The ball continues to bounce around. We see some control from both of these sides, seeing opportunities for both of them. The Hive trying to create one of their own. Novanta 50 hard there. Ball passed down from Cracker. Closer waiting for it near post. You have Dr. Barnes cheating up. You need to be careful here. Protect that far post more. Now Bakum stuck that last land back, but now the clear comes through. Novanta has to get the touch. Now it's a dangerous spot to be. There's no one home. Dr. Barnes, a lot of space. Can he get there? It bounces down. He doesn't have to.
All the way downtown, the Doctor providing the checkup for the Hive's defense. Crossbar, down skis, and that's how the Ducks will bite despite the lack of teeth in game 2.
Well, they can still clamp down without teeth. You know, they still have the bills, everything about it. You've never been bit by a duck. Not exactly in the most painless thing, but no, they take a great job of turning a error into a goal, which is something we want to see both of these teams start to do more and start to shore up those errors. So Hive coming in had a great team play there. What their focus was Cracker last game. This was him making sure everyone else was involved. 2 goals there, 1 to Novanta and 1 to Hospital Ball. So everyone was involved. They just have to find a way to finish. They had 10 to the 6 shots of the Ducks.
Yeah, it's really impressive, but the thing is, after halftime, we saw a whole different Ducks squad find that chemistry, and we saw Hive kind of back off. Obviously, they were still trying, but nothing was able to convert. We saw a lot less pass play attempts in the back half of the game, so they just let off the gas a little bit. They got caught out. What wasn't biting them before ended up biting them in the end. Now we're tied 1 apiece in the series, and I'm excited to see how Game 3 goes because this one's close. We got a good team in the Ducks and a good team in the Hive, just some holes to be broken through, and we could see some success for Ducks.
Well, a battle for supremacy here, and just trying to fight and earn that 3rd place in the Sky Division. So Hive and the Ducks, both some fighting room and some wiggle room for both of these teams. The ball bouncing around. Cracker has one to beat. Closer at near post. Technically the touch sets up Bachem now. Bachem one to beat and does. Novanta running to it. He's got Hoospill in front of him. The soft touch there. The Hive have a chance to capitalize on that double touch there from Closer. A nice pinch to Cracker. Cracker throwing it past Barnes. Barnes now letting Bachem get it instead. Bachem finds a touch here in the side wall. The ball bouncing back down. Novanta's up. The soft touch there at the back of the Ford, but not enough to put it on threateningly.
No, nothing yet. Hoospital, though, almost had a shot. Just everybody's dry on boost. There seems to be none on the field, but maybe that's because everybody's conserving it. And then, you know when you got 100 boost and you just tap the boost button once so you can collect the 100 and steal it away, because that is one of the most dirty things you can do for boost. Maybe that's happening right now. I don't know. I can't watch everybody at the same time, but there's some lacks of boost that prevent these offensive attacks from actually finishing. However, Bachem out to the side, switches out for Dr. Barnes. Hoospital was just a touch quicker. Closer pushes it right back out into the corner, and this is the thing. Novanta really needs to push on this if they can. Cracker maybe. There they go. There's a huge clear. We noticed that the Ducks are starting to clear into the same corner a lot, and it's going to cause some problems, but Closer will make sure that none actually fall through and nothing bad happens. As I say that, I almost did it to Novanta. Again, it was too high, and Cracker gets the pinch off the crossbar.
Great job of running back to cover your tracks. Cracker able to get in time. Technically it wasn't on, but that clear was huge. That ball down would have spelled horrendous disaster for the Hive. Cracker trying to find some control here, but does not have the beans to do it. Hoospital has to find the clear, and she does. Dr. Barnes waiting for it, got the 100, has his cake and trying to eat it too. Oh, Cracker stepping in front of that pass. That long arcing ball cut off at the last possible moment. Novanta has one to beat. Closer running back to his own side. The near post play trying to find it again is Novanta, but that pinch, not what he was looking for.
No, not what they were looking for at all. They want to foster something up here. They can't. Dr. Barnes with the save. Closer doesn't reach it, neither does Hoospital. Bachem out to the corner. Hoospital with a sneaky boost pickup. There's a variation of what we're talking about, getting those steals. Cracker, again, lobs it over to Bachem, and you know they are going to punish things like that. Cracker is getting too eager now.
Well, gets caught trying to flip the field and then runs into a teammate. Bachem able to collect that one. Great positioning really just from the Ducks. They did a good job of sitting in the right place at the right time, understanding, hey, the ball's coming back to me. I don't have to rush. And they take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's patience and spacing resulting in punishment from the Ducks. They keep this up. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to succeed. Cracker avoided a very dangerous situation there. No, it was Closer. Hey, they both start with C's. Will cut me some slack, I hope. Novanta, oh my goodness, broke his axles, but Closer is able to prevent that one from advancing any further. Another double commit from Cracker. It's really starting to get to me. It could start to get to the Hive. Another collision on the way back. Again, focusing on the full rotations.
Cracker?
The problems we've been talking about from the beginning. Bachem has the solid save off the shot from Cracker. Novanta from the wall can't get there. Leaves it for Hoospital. Dragging across off the backboard. So dangerous. Demo on the goal line. Novanta getting a little rough housed. And Bachem has so much space to work with. Hoospital continues for Hive.
Now the ball bouncing high. It's going to be up to Cracker here, passing down. Hoospital throwing it back out, but that's not a favorable touch. Novanta now waiting back. That last player back. Cracker rotated in time, so now we have a 2-on-1. Bachem throws it up. Closer going near post. A soft touch there with the Finnick, but a little bit too sharp on that angle. Will not find the goal. Novanta throwing it to Cracker. Cracker running to it, but a good 50 from Barnes. Stalls that before it can get anywhere. Closer needs to find something here. Hoospital up in time. Needs to find it back, but loses control. Back and forth here, Grant.
Novanta needs to save this one. Hoospital's not back yet, but Cracker is able to carry it away. The go-ahead is given. Hoospital bumps Closer on the way to the ball. Leaves for Cracker again. Bachem off the lip. Novanta backs out. Hoospital pushes in. No shot to come of it. Novanta from the third man upfield. Backflips on the defense. It's getting dodgy. It's floating in. This one just finds it just like that for Novanta.
Well, you know what? in a time and a place, all that matters is he puts it on in a threatening enough of a spot. Bonkum gets caught backflipping there, trying to readjust, and then catches that long nose of the Dominus and puts it in, and that will be the one that ties this game back up. Hey, you're the Hive. You get a chance to get a gift like that, they will take those. And so now it is up to them to take this gift and run with it and try and take game number 3.
They can only hope to try. Closer with a miss. Novanta is taken over, and this is exactly what we wanted to see. You know, I wanted to see more of Novanta on Hive's Twitter, but I also want to see more of him on the pitch. He's certainly stepped up. They'll need to step up even bigger here. Hoospital with the save. Can they get the second? Novanta can't. Cracker leaps in for the backside to throw it back out. 10 seconds to go. We're still tied. We could be witnessing another overtime in a couple seconds here. Bakum with one more shot just wide. Cracker gets involved. Novanta backs off. He wants to hold down the net to make sure this one has no chance of going in.
Baco.
It's up high over his head, and it will hit the floor. Very close call for the Hive, and it gets tense into this OT.
It does get tense there right at the end. Bakum had a chance but could not find it there. That long Dominus was searching for the ball but could not sniff it out. Now Barnes waiting for the touch here. The soft touch out, looking for closer. The only card he'll find is Hoospital. Hoospital got dunked on there, but Cracker defending her in time. Now the ball rests on this Hive side. The black side needs to get a clear here. They're looking for the shot, trying to throw it out. Barnes standing tall. Now Barnes looking mid, 2-on-1 opportunity. Cracker needs a big win here and keeps it low. Everyone looks to go high, and so he tries to pre-jump it though. A great read from Cracker. Now he's got the 2-on-1, a beautiful dish out, but Novanta too far up, not ready for that one to bounce that far out.
No, not ready yet. Novanta's been playing this safe game, wants to make sure that they are that trusty third man that holds everything down for the squad. Here they come in again with a 50. It goes backwards, not what they were looking for. Cracker off the ceiling. Novanta would love to follow. It's over their head. Hoospital needs to clear this, or Cracker. Oh, triple commit on Hive. This is dangerous. This one has been shot out backwards. Hoospital could have a runaway if they had the boost, but Ducks are able to get back to it. It is all about how you can keep the beans in the can for those boost fuel tanks. Bakum can't get there. Barnes has an open shot. They can't make it. Hoospital dangerously back towards their own net, and the pressure starts to die down just a little bit as Cracker sweeps it away.
Swept away indeed, but not out. That finally cleared out. Novanta and Cracker waiting on the back end. A good call between those two and not a double. We're glad to see that starting to maybe gel a little bit more. A nice pinch out from midfield, but Bakum, the only card they'll find it. The Ducks have to find the pressure here, but once again, it's turned back off. Turnovers becoming a bit of a currency right now in both sides. Neither team able to hold on to the ball in that midfield transition. Novanta can't get to it. Neither can Cracker. Dr. Barnes running it back, has Hoospital ball, the only card there, and she can't get there in time. Dr. Barnes puts it away, and the Ducks win 2-1 in Game 3.
So close, but just one pinpointed shot. You see the small margins just inches away from that save that allow that one to go through. Ducks take it tied in the series. My goodness. This one, like I said, it was going to be close, but I didn't expect it to be this close. Now, I think Ducks go up 2-1. I think so.
Well, when you have a team, I mean, two teams that go to overtime, you know that they always have the chance to do it again. So that was my expectation coming in, was neither team really had a momentum. There was the goal that won it there in OT, but neither team looked that confident coming into this game. So it was once again that feeling out process, and through that back and forth, there was some opportunity for the Hives and a couple of errant back passes on that end. So it was just it felt like grasping at straws, man. You didn't know what you were going to pull out if you hit the right end or not. Ducks doing just enough and able to get that win, technically with a golden goal.
Yeah, technically with the golden goal. I mean, it was overtime, so we'll call it the golden goal if we want to. But we're moving into Game 4, and like we say, we figure out, can the Ducks close it out now, or do Hive have that toughness to make it through? I can tell you for one thing, they need to have the trust first so they can get that confidence, because they were not feeling it that last game. It was close, but too many mistakes were made, and the Ducks are looking out for them. They've got eyes of hawks, even though that's not even the franchise playing.
That is not the franchise that's playing. It's up to Closer here to put it on for the Ducks. They won the kickoff. They have the pressure. Closer going for the boost. Can't get to it. Cracker able to get it past 2. Able to get it past 3. Closer now the last man back. Novanta trying to get the pressure on. Pushes it out. Cracker up. The soft touch trying to find something, but the only card he'll find is that Dominus. Closer running back to it. Dr. Barnes at midfield. The Ducks starting to set up a little bit of a midfield trap. They're getting pressure from the Hive, but then immediately collapsing on it. Cracker has to find some control here, kind of trying to get some... no gyroscope on that car. He had to fix it all himself as it's just continuing to bounce around. Novanta pushes it on, but not a threatening shot. Cracker in the corner, rolling it around, trying to find anything, any body. Closer flips it here. Ducks on a counterattack.
Ducks on the counterattack. Cracker again gets in the way of Novanta's shot. This is going to be the biggest thing, is this trust. This is what's going to kill the Hive if this series is going to go to the Ducks. If there's anything, it's just that one simple thing. Cracker, they almost look like they're ball chasing right now. I hate to say that, but they got to give space to their team again, because I mean, it's just not going to work. You see how many more ball touches they've had just based on points alone. It's a significant amount. Now Novanta's got their own hands on the ball, teeing it up to Hospitable. Let these two do the work. Sit back and wait here. Have that trust, and you'll see a goal come out quick. Now it's backwards for Hive. Dr. Barnes looks for the shot. Hospital gets there and puts it out to the corner.
A good job by Hospital, realizing that back pass was a little bit too errant, and then running and covering the near post. A very good job by her. Cracker giving up a lot of space. That near post was just kind of threatened, but he gave it up and played patiently enough. Hospital, the soft touch there off the Octane. Novanta trying to find it, but they cannot connect all the way. Ball bouncing backwards is Cracker, but enough of a touch to dissuade the Ducks. They're flying back at midfield. They need to find something. All three waiting for it patiently here. Running underneath this Barnes. Closer has to come back to it, so both players turn towards it. The Ducks waiting for the 50 from Closer, but a good clear from Cracker. Flips this field back. He's got a near post opportunity. Throws it on, but not on enough. Hospital puts it back at the same post. That won't be in. They got it in front of him. They got it behind him, but it's turned away at both sides.
See, maybe it's not just the trust that's going to get in the way. It's things like that where you have that so good opportunity and you bang the post. There's not much you can do about that other than try again another day. Cracker from the corner attempts for the 50. Novanta up high. Backham out to the sidewall. No, they'll miss that one. Closer tries to come in for it. Cracker 50s it upwards. Hospital wants to go for this. I'm getting a little worried for the Hive communication. This one up to the ceiling. Novanta clears long. Backham up, now down. Ducks still waiting their chances.
Nice
a bit of a slow of pace. Hospital wanted a demo. Maybe they go for the boost. Leave it for Cracker. They hit the post again. It gets heartbreaking every time. Now they just run into the post and a player at the same time. Dr. Barnes with a runaway goal off the counterattack. This is heartbreaking for the Hive.
I'm trying to get where you can see it. There was a double commit there. Hospital coming back around. It was either a miscommunication between her and Novanta, or one of those two not calling that they're going for it. She was rotating out of the net. Novanta was trying to find the shot, and they both turn on that ball and end up hitting each other. So it goes from having two players with a shot to no players with a shot, and then giving a goal back on the other side.
Yeah, here comes Cracker, though. To the midfield. Closer cleared in front of net. Novanta comes in for it. Can't make contact. Closer picks up the boost from Doctor. Cracker in the backfield. Looks for an air dribble. No, they go for the ceiling shot instead. Doesn't get it by Backham. Doesn't make it too far. They've got a bunch of space to work with. Closer throws it right back around. Hospital will have it. Novanta jump too. It's right in front of net. Ducks have capitalized on this before, but they can't now. And they won't the second time either. This whole game 4 has just been about who can capitalize, who can be consistent, who can get the goal when it matters.
I feel like that's been the game, this series, really, just who can get the goal at the right times. So right now the Ducks doing enough, but they still have to protect their net for 55 seconds as Cracker puts it on. Up was Hospital. Novanta trying to 50 again. A very dangerous push from that third player, but the Hive are willing and ready to try and find more and pressure from, I'd say, more exotic ways of cheating that third person up, trying to find different touches. Hospital not able to find it. She's a little bit too low on the wall there. Dr. Barnes has some control, looking for a Ducks teammate, but the only thing he'll find is Cracker pushing it down for his teammate.
Yeah, the only thing they'll find is a missed opportunity, but not because of their fault, but Hospital has turned into a bit of a wrecking ball on the way back, opening up the space. This is why Hive have this counterattack right now. Novanta has a shot. Can it make it? No, it can't. Closer out to the corner, wants to carry it up, pops it off the wall instead. Big miscommunication bump for the Hive here. 10 seconds ticking away. They need to get it back on their side. Oh, here's a shot, and Cracker clears. This ball will stay up, though. This is the last chance. Otherwise, Ducks take the series. Ball dies, and Ducks do just that. 3-1. We're going to Game 5, but just for a spare game.
Ducks do it. They win 3-1, and just on the back of solid play and taking advantage of some mistakes. Cracker, 4 big-time shots, but 0 goals to show for it. They had the more consistent and more aggressive pressure, but they didn't have the quality one. All that mattered was Closer finding that read on the open net, or I'm sorry, Dr. Barnes finding the read on the open net and putting the Ducks ahead at the right time.
Yep, it's all at the right time when those opportunities present themselves. The ability to convert those shots into goals is what matters the most. We saw a lot more of the post being the most valuable player on the field, the MVP. It was heartbreaking every time the Hive just felt their spirits drop in that game. And then going down like this now, when you're feeling like there's chemistry issues, you're bumping into each other a bunch, you're double committing, there's a lack of communication. Like, what's the morale? I know they've got some positive people in the Hive. Do they keep it positive through this? Can they have the willpower to take home this Game 5 for the road?
I think on both sides, this is one of the easiest games to play, not in terms of skill, but in terms of mentality. The series is already won or lost. Just go out there and do you.
Yeah.
Go play.
Yeah.
Remember why you're here, have fun and compete, and that is all they will try and do. Dr. Barnes waiting for it at midfield. The Ducks have to find something here and are trying to put an exclamation point on this series and make it a 4-1. The Hive trying to make it a 4, not trying to let that happen. I was wondering if that was going to be another goal for the Ducks. Cracker flipping the field, all 3 Ducks players up. Novanta has to get to it in time, but not a lot of boost. Able to get the flip touch there. Now he's got a near post opportunity. Bockham denying it. And we're still deadlocked 30 seconds in.
It gets closer, though. Each time the ball finds itself in front of net, things are looking good. I would expect the goal in the next 30 seconds. If this stuff keeps up, Novanta fails to make the touch there. Cracker up high. It's in the way of Hospital. Now they clear it out on the wall. Dr. Barnes down low. Hospital goes out first. Novanta will have to make up for it. They do. Dr. Barnes throws it to the back wall. This will be open for the closer. They can't close it in, but Novanta own goals. We talked about mentality. I don't know if Novanta's laughing or kicking himself right now.
I will say this is just getting caught rotating near post, Grant. That's something you never want to do. Near post, the side where the ball is, you want to try and work towards where the ball isn't. If you go toward where that ball is, you'll end up finding the ball, and sometimes, like that one, you'll end up putting it back on your own side.
I'm almost tempted to pull out the board, but we leave the trademark to Lars to show what exactly we're talking about. Maybe Lars can make a guest appearance, but probably not. We won't get your hopes up. In the meantime, type exclamation point. Lars is cute because he sure is. This game, though, in favor of the Ducks. They would love to take out this 4-1. Cracker sends it up for the air dribble. Again, opts for the ceiling shot. I don't think air dribble is something they want to go for today. This one will just die out to the side in terms of momentum for either team. Novanta can't make the push. Cracker can. Midfield, Bockham has it.
Bockham has it. He's got to catch back up to it. Hospital's waiting for it. She's playing patiently, getting hit into it, just kind of being a tool there to use to clear it. A nice job of being in time. Barnes got a 50 there. The Ducks trying to control this lead, trying to control this pace, and trying to put away this series in a 4-1. Novanta flipping the field back, trying to find a play here to a teammate. A nice bounce out. Hospital and Cracker both on this side. Bockham, though, clearing it. That's an open net. All players are up. There's no one home.
Man, if it wasn't heartbreaking before for the Hive, how about now? Bockham just finds an easy runaway goal. Man, that just hurts. Just being all pushed up like that, trying to continue the offense, and just one small mistake can send the entire building crashing down. 2-goal lead for the Ducks, and this feels like the biggest lead that either team has had, really. It's been close otherwise, but Ducks might just be flying away with this.
They are looking to put it away. They're going to try and find one more, I think, for that exclamation point.
Oh, yeah.
Closer has a chance. A banger coming from Closer off of a beautiful dish from Barnes.
Yep, you talked about them putting the exclamation point on here. Well, Closer's here to close out the game. 3 goals right before halftime. Ducks are looking on fire. This is the caliber of skill that I was expecting out of them when I saw them play in Game 1. They have that team play. Everybody's getting their hands on the ball. Their spacing has looked fantastic. And now that they've kind of figured out the Hive, they've won the series, they're feeling good. Everything is coming to the front, and we see a really, really good-looking Ducks team.
Well, the Ducks have finally found their stride. They're going to hope to continue carrying it on for the rest of this game and for the rest of this series as we move into Week 4 after this. Dr. Barnes has it on the sidewall here, but a little bit of a misread. Novanta trying to cook something up here. The soft touchdown, waiting for Cracker. Cracker, though, denied by Backham. Hospital's up. She's just a little bit too early there. Gets caught underneath the ball instead of finding the middle of it, pushing it high instead of across the field. She tries to stay on it. Novanta has to come and make up for it, like you said. Now the ball bounces back out. Tim Hospital ball getting the demo, but now there's no one home. The near post chance for Dr. Barnes. He can't get it. Not enough of the side of the Octane.
Not enough is right. Cracker can't get enough of the ball here in the air. Like we said, now we kind of see why they opt for the ceiling shot, because they're much more reliable on it. The one time they do go for the air dribble, nothing to come of it. Now this one dangerously across the front, and Dr. Barnes is here to check in once again as the Doctor of Goals.
The Doctor is certainly in, and he is scoring again and again, having 2 big assists in this game and a save and a goal. So the cycle coming through, Grant. We are looking at Doctor to be on a bicycle watch, trying to find another one here to push the Ducks over the top more and more.
Yeah, well, a minute 30 to go. Ducks look like they have this one in the bag, nail in the coffin, sealed shut. Who has any idea? We'll have to just watch the rest of Game 5 to find out, but this one looked to have slipped through the fingertips of Hive in just tragic ways, really. They're going to do everything they can, muster out every last drop of strength. Oh my goodness, how does Cracker recover from it? We have no clue, but Doctor, their bump was not enough to make Cracker sick. Backham to the back wall, can't make the second contact. Hospital ball comes up. Kind of makes me wonder, Hospital, kind of like Hospital and Doctor, why are they on the same team? They're working against each other. I thought the Hospital and the Doctor were supposed to work together.
Well, see, that's just a failure in the AGMs and GMs. They obviously did not get the synergy down, Grant. That's not on the players, just on the... no, it's just unfortunate here. The Hive trying to find some pressure. Novanta looking near post. Seem to be racing behind me. I hope you don't mind that. His Cracker runs up there trying to find one of his own. Racing towards the ball are the Ducks. Novanta can't get the clear here, so Hospital ball running back. Has a teammate. That's teamwork in a way.
It is kind of teamwork, but they aren't able to finish off the layup with a slam dunk. Cracker's got a runaway. It's just too fast. It will pop up. Maybe they get a freestyle for the road. They're out of boost, unfortunately. Oh, everybody commits for this one. Everybody tried to get a piece of it just for one last play. Ducks walk out screaming and cheering with a 4-1 victory off of the Hive, and this is not going to mold very well for Hive. Looking at their standings, they're going to go down 2-13 going into next week, and that feels bad, man.
It does feel bad. Where you look across, you're going to have the Ducks going out to, I think it's 7-8, so they're almost at that 500 mark. So finding a way back, finding a way to get closer and closer to that playoff contention. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, Grant. You saw all 6 cards in the air. You know what they were trying to do? They were trying to get that 1990s, 1980s freeze frame of for the credits.
Yes.
That was the goal there as soon as the ball hit, but they could not achieve it. And just like that, the Hive could not achieve their win, but the Ducks in control, 4-1. GG's, well played all around.
Well, we're going to go ahead and roll credits for you and I, Foof. We'll send it off to another casting duo. Coming up next is Aviators and Hawks in Master League. It's 2v2 time, so don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this either.